Hello, my name is Paulina and I study English with Outcomes Advanced. Welcome aboard. As you can see, I have moved finally, so now I live in another place of my city, which is in fact an old part of it, with this two-story buildings with extremely high ceilings. By the way, they are so high that for example, in our flat, there are two mini floors inside. So one floor, the height of the floor is like from the floor to the ceiling, it's like 1.43 meters. So you can sleep there. There is a bed there, not a bed, just a mattress on the floor. And under it, there is a kitchen. And I like the way the flat is designed, actually, because for me there is now much space, much more space, and we can move in the kitchen. I mean, we used to not be able to walk around the kitchen, and we also bumped into each other because there was like 1 square meter to stand on, and it was disgusting, and it was actually, and it was impossible to for two of us to be on our feet, you see. So now we can walk around, like someone is feeding the cats, another is preparing the lunch, for example, preparing lunch, you see. So it was worth it, though there are some problems, of course, as usual, because in the older part of this place, so in the old part of Samara, everything is old, not only the houses, but also the central heating system, for example, or all facilities we have in the house are old, especially like the tubes, not tubes, pipes, yeah, pipes, especially the pipes. So, and actually, we don't have right now. Central heating is off, unfortunately. So we have this electrical battery or something. So it blows hot wind. Okay. That's all, I guess. That's all. And can you, by the way, and for some reason, particularly this year, our mayor has been changed, and they discovered that for all these years, he and his team had been stealing money that were poured into the central heating renovation system. And in fact, almost nothing was replaced with new pipes underground. And now, and as far as a new mayor has come to the reign, yeah, almost all the streets are being dug, and this ремонтные работы. How to say this one? Do you know? I don't. Let me check it. Like renovation work. Let it be. Reconstruction zone. Ah, okay, construction zone. So this renovation work or construction work is being done. So we're just waiting for the things to finish. Yeah, we're waiting for the things to finish, to be done. Okay. How are you? Any changes in your life so far? Even if there are no changes or nothing really like special that you don't consider being special, maybe you can just tell me anything about yourself, just random facts about yourself. Let's say top 3 random facts, absolutely random, like your date of birth, your favorite color, or something. So you see, I'd like to read them. 8. in the comment section below as usual. But I'm already glad that last video collected like 115 views or something like this. I was glad, really, and even 8 likes. Wow. Okay. So now coming back to our relevant stuff, as we have to continue anyway. Our plan for today, as our home task was, my home task was to learn, I'm sorry, one joke by heart, one political joke by heart, and do some exercises in the workbook. So actually, I did. I learned it, so I'll try to remember it. But I'm sorry if I sometimes will look at the text. I'll try it anyway. So I can now close everything so that I can't see. So joke number 1. Like a poor desperate man is was looking into a bin, desperately searching for something to sell, to buy some food. A man goes past him. A man goes past him, and he's obviously wealthy, and he stares at him as if he is awful and worthless. And this man is obviously wealthy because he's holding an expensive leather briefcase in his hand. He's talking on a top smartphone, and also the poor man sports a Rolex on his hand. That he's wearing Rolex on his hand. So the poor man doesn't like the way the wealthy man looked at him, and so he goes up behind his back and holds his hands on his neck, saying, like, give me all your money. But the wealthy man says, you can't do this for me. I'm a member of a parliament. To which the poor man replies, well, in that case, give me all MI money. Like my, MY, like MP money, you see? My money. I know. Okay. Can you imagine? You can, I'm sure you can, especially if you are watching me, if you have been watching me from the very first video when I was like, okay, hello. So now you can see, you can read it from my face expression that, like, I used to think when I was learning this joke by heart, I used to think that, well, in that case, just give me back my money. It means MP. For some reason, I thought it was in MP there, but it's my money. Pushing this very idea that the money he has, he got by bribery. My cat is playing by bribery action, something like that. My money, only my money, not all the money you have, which you got from people. Wow. Okay. It changes the sense, actually, but in general, you see, anyway, it's not this man's money. I mean, wealthy man's money. So actually, for the next lesson, I'm gonna learn the second joke. Okay. Now checking the home task here. So here are the answers. Actually, but on the left there are the words that I underlined. So actually, I had one mistake here, and here I put all the words into groups again. You see. So here, stroll, stroll, creep, race, stagger. It's like the main word. Yeah, the basic word for that is walk, and so on. And here, gazed and stared. So gaze is a quick, yeah, gaze. For a long time, vice versa. Okay. So to gaze means to look at something for a long time, especially in surprise or admiration. Okay, and stare, does it mean the same? Almost the same, but surprise and okay, maybe we can stare, check it also. For a long time, especially when surprised. So it wasn't a mistake. Can you see that? Frightened or thinking for a long time, surprised, frightened, or thinking. Here, especially surprise or admiration, thinking about something else. So it wasn't a mistake. Wow. Okay, it's great that I checked it. I've checked it right now. So stare and gaze are very close, have very close meanings, right? Okay, okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Paulina, for checking it. Do you have any other options here? I hope not, because otherwise it would be a real mistake. Maybe. 100% sure, but in fact 0%. Oh, okay. I didn't have time to make short screenshots for the next thing we're gonna do today. Anyway, right? So actually, it's gonna be listening parts. Oh, so let me just do it right now. And one more. And the listening for details. I'm sorry for that, really, but actually, usually take like a minute. So I think now it will take even less. Before we listen to anything, I think we'd rather look at the picture here. I think it's connected with the listening, right? Working groups, answer the questions about these events. Yeah, okay. So people in Glarus, Switzerland, continue the 700-year tradition of open air voting. Wow, okay. Can you imagine that? That people vote open air. How is that possible? How can anyone be sure how many votes each candidate has or gets? Fantastic. Okay, so pre-listening task. Answer the questions below about these events. An election for a student council. About these events. A general election, a local election, an opinion poll, okay, a referendum, a strike ballot, a talent show vote, vote in parliament. So many types of votes actually. In which of the above do you vote for a person or party? In which for a law or action? Okay, let it be like just letters, yeah? An election for a student council, it's for a person. Okay, person. A general election, I don't know. What is general election? General election. What's that? A general election is an electoral process to choose most or all members of an elected body, typically a legislature. Legislative hand of power. Okay. To choose most or all members. So a group is being chosen, right? In this case, a party, right? Party, per far. Great. A local election. I think maybe the same. Who represents us on our councils? Who members for a local council. Members, not only one, right? Oh, so many words considering topic politics. Okay. Let it be party, right? Like party, in my case, I mean the group, right? In which for law or action. An opinion poll. Vote. A referendum is for a person or a place or action. I think, yeah, it could be everything here. So action or law, right? Here also a strike ballot. What's a ballot? Maybe I checked it last time. I don't remember. Sorry for that. So a system or occasion of secret voting. Strike ballots. Okay. Strike ballot. Strike ballot. Situation in which workers vote, often secretly, on whether to strike. Ah, okay. Cool. Okay. I see it now. For action, right? This is absolutely for action. A talent show vote for a person, I guess. Or a party. I think it should be like a group here. Yeah. No, only one person wins the show, talent show. Yeah. Or like one team, but I mean one item. Yeah. Okay. A vote in parliament. Parliament. Vote in member of a parliament. Maybe they vote for a vote in parliament. Issues. Maybe they vote what to vote for. What happens in terms of there's a vote? Okay. I think they vote for, actually, because we don't have time now to check it all like this that precisely. I think they act for a an action and for a law. I think it happens this way. Okay. Who votes in each case? Oh my. Okay. In election for a student council, students vote, I guess. A general election, party, maybe people vote. A local election. What does that do? Why? Oh wow. Can you remember all that? I can't believe it. Otherwise we won't be here. We wouldn't be here if we remembered all this. Right? We were somewhere there. We would be, sorry. Local government election, councils. Okay, so I think local election also happens between these power people. An opinion poll. I think it could happen among everyone. Absolutely. So the respondents could be anyone, like students, ordinary people, people under 18, blah blah blah. A referendum. It happens among people who are not in charge, like ordinary people, like we, citizens. Yeah, countries. I'm joking. A strike ballot. It happens. I don't know who votes in that case. In this case, workers vote. Talent show. Observers vote. Viewers vote. A vote in parliament. Members of the parliament vote. Which ones? Let me just do this wonderful thing. Yes, I did it. I did it too. Which ones have you voted in and why? What was the outcome? I have voted nowhere, absolutely no time, because I don't know, I'm not keen on this kind of thing. It's not my cup of tea, blah blah blah. Which one of the above is the only event you don't directly vote in? How is it sometimes connected to voting? An opinion poll, because that's why maybe I haven't. Yeah, it's connected to the fact. Okay. So I haven't commented anything on opinion poll because you don't directly vote in it. You're just asked your opinion, as I see it, right? How is it sometimes connected to voting? Maybe it's like, maybe it's about, for example, like, how's it called? I forgot. They like to do it in America, for example, because what's it called? I forgot. I have forgotten this word in Russian even. Rating. Yes. Yeah, rating. So they like this thing. They like to do ratings. For example, how many people are for this president? How many are for that president? But it's not a vote in itself. It's an opinion poll. They are just collecting information and data to maybe later. Not conduct, influence how the voters to show the numbers and to use these numbers actually. Okay, great, thank you. Can you think of any other times you might vote? I'm sorry, I even will stop sharing. I'm so okay, sorry. Let it be like this. I'm so I'm so far from all these things that the first thing that has come up to my mind, like, where else can you vote? Can you imagine that I thought about when, for example, we come to a new place, a new restaurant, a new cafe with my boyfriend, and in the end, all the time, I ask him to vote whether we put it, like we give it this place a like or a dislike, like this all the time, and we vote. And if the place gets 2 likes, so we'll come there next time, sure. But if the place gets like at least 1 dislike, we'll think twice before going there again. So you just see, that's all. That's all that I've come up with. So let me just take this question. Okay, thanks. Have you ever stood for election or campaign? No, I haven't. And that's great. Listen to 5 people talking about events from exercise 9. Oh, sorry. Rate each speaker 1-5 to 1 of the events. Listen to 5 people talking about events from exercise 9. Events from exercise 9. Okay, from this event. Match each speaker 1-5 to 1 of the events. So how many are extra? 5 speakers. Then 3 are extra. Not particularly these ones, but you see. Okay. Let's listen to it and do the task.
Track 13. 1. I used to like watching Star Quality, but since this scandal has erupted, I've lost interest in it. This story leaked out that they were encouraging people to phone in even though they'd already decided the result. They were manipulating things so that one guy didn't get voted off because it helped the programme's ratings if they had a kind of hate figure. I might not have minded so much if the calls were free, but they're making a fortune on them. 2.
We only called a vote because negotiations were going absolutely nowhere. And, despite the massive support we've received from our members, the management is persisting with a ridiculous offer that will basically result in a drop in the value of wages next year. If they hadn't been so reluctant to negotiate, we would not be taking this action now. We understand the public's anger and frustration. We share it. But the blame for this dispute lies firmly with the train company, not with us.
3.
I'm totally in favor of a vote on the issue. The way the current system works, some parties get a seat with only 100,000 votes, while others, who poll more than twice that, don't get any. In the run-up to the election, the new party had promised to hold one if they got into power, but in the event all that talk has faded away. I guess if they hadn't won a landslide victory, they'd be keener to bring about electoral reform, but I truly believe the vast majority of the electorate still wants to see a change and would vote yes, whatever their reservations. 4.
To be honest, I suspect that if they'd called on another day, I wouldn't have taken part. But I was at a bit of a loose end when the researcher called, and so had some time to spare. It took about half an hour, and I have to admit I quite enjoyed it, moaning about the government. Mind you, when the results were published in the paper, I was a bit taken aback. It seems I'm in a small minority. People must be mad.
5.
It's easy to be cynical and to say that it changes nothing, that it's all just done to create the illusion of fairness and inclusivity, but I can assure you that simply isn't the case here. Given that relatively few people vote these days, we feel it's essential for young people to learn that democracy can contribute to positive change. Apart from deciding things like the end-of-term trips, pupil reps can also decide on policy. It's unlikely we would have abolished uniforms if we didn't have a body like this. It isn't compulsory to vote, but nearly everyone does.
Okay, I'll show you the answers I got here. So for me, number 1 was a talent show vote. Number 2 is strike ballot. 3, I didn't get it, like general or local election, because maybe I just didn't get the idea of what each of them is. Then an opinion poll, and finally, again, maybe it's about referendum, but I'm not sure. Maybe then, if I'm not sure, it might be a referendum. Might is a perfect verb here to use, right? Let's check it. Yep. Where can we check it? In the teacher's book. Let's see. Listening. Okay, students analysis, no. No. Listen here. Listening to practice. Okay, yes. Talent show. Okay, strike ballot. Speaker 3 referendum. What? Can you imagine that? You're away great people if you have chosen like 3 a referendum. Okay, I wasn't right here. No way. Okay, referendum, wonderful. An opinion poll, yeah, an election for student council. Okay, I see. So an election for a student council. I need to re-listen to listen it one more time. I mean, number 2 and number 3. Let's listen to all this one more time just to check the answers, as you can see, okay? And next time we're going to work with the listening part more deeply, and listen for detail, okay? Let's listen to it again.
Track 13. 1.
I used to like watching Star Quality, but since this scandal has erupted, I've lost interest in it.
Actually, I understand this one. I'm not sure on the 3rd and the 5th, so I'd rather listen to them.
I'm totally in favor of a vote on the issue.
This one.
The way the current system works, some parties get a seat with only 100,000 votes, while others who poll more than twice that don't get any. In the run-up to the election, the new party had promised to hold one if they got into power, but in the event all that talk has faded away. I guess if they hadn't won a landslide victory, they'd be keener to bring about electoral reform, but I truly believe the vast majority of the electorate still wants to see a change and would vote yes, whatever their reservations.
Okay, yeah, she's talking about the people voting, not the members of parliament or something who vote. No, I see. Okay, now I got why I am mistaken here. And number 5?
Fairness and inclusivity, but I can assure you that simply isn't the case here. Given that relatively few people vote these days, we feel it's essential for young people to learn that democracy can contribute to positive change. Apart from deciding things like the end-of-term trips, pupil reps can also decide on policy.
End-of-term trips? Is that about being a student?
It's unlikely we would have abolished uniforms if we didn't have a body like this.
Uniforms also, yeah, keywords.
It isn't compulsory to vote, but nearly everyone does.
Compulsory. So where can you be obliged to vote? In a place where you have no rights? Sorry. Yeah, at work or at school. I see. Okay. Maybe we can guess before I finish. I'm sorry, it's been like 31 minutes and a half already, but let's, like I mentioned, it's a broken promise. I think it's about referendum. Next time, we'll check. Talks about vote rigging. Maybe the first one. They knew already who would win. Talks about voter turnout. What's turnout again? Don't remember. Talks about standing for parliament, expresses surprise at something. Okay, next time. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I tried. I did my best. So, it's just because I am in a hurry already, because I see this thing. How to show it? Like, you see? So this is my timer. That's why I have to stop it here. So, thank you for watching. Now I've come back because my life is going to slow down, I hope, right now, and come back to its wheels. So I wish you a great day. Hello and welcome to my channel. See you next time. Goodbye.